Halo guys, kembali dengan Najib Kanapan di sini. Hari ini saya akan kedatangan seorang tamu, seorang mahasiswa program master di sebuah universitas di New Orleans, di Louisiana. Dia sedang mengerjakan proyek dan melakukan riset tentang berbagai budaya di seluruh dunia. Jadi hari ini dia akan datang ke kantor saya untuk mewawancari saya dan ingin mendengarkan bagaimana pandangan saya tentang perbedaan mendasar antara budaya Amerika dan budaya Indonesia. Bagaimana kelanjutan interviewnya? Mari kita ikuti bersama. Okay, what's the question?
Alright, so you were talking about how your family was old-fashioned, but it wasn't necessarily a bad thing. You know,
Right.
when I asked you what you would say your culture is.
Okay, like what I said, you know,
Right.
it was really big change for me, especially when I very first time came to the United States.
Okay.
Because Indonesia is called as the third economic country in the world.
Mhm.
It means like growing, but United States, US is really big. I can say probably one of the biggest country in the world,
Right.
like superpower country in
Right.
anything, economic, controlling world economy and everything.
Okay.
So I was born in very old-fashioned family
Right.
compared to my
Even your friends.
compared to my childhood friends, my example high school friend. I even look at myself and family still different than them.
Right.
Was born in a pretty small village, so mostly small village they gonna follow or they try to keep the traditional culture.
Right. Okay.
Start from the family itself. How do we speak and how do we act to our parents, to our brother, sister, older family, or older people around us. Example, we never call like older people just by the name.
Right.
We always call Mr. or Madam
Okay.
or brother, whoever.
So always respect.
All the respect. That's the way my parents taught me, when I was, grew up.
Right.
So compared to, to others, but if those that live in bigger city, like in capital Jakarta or some other bigger city, the culture itself has been different already. They are more modern, more open-minded, and then they just follow the fashion. They follow the big news from overseas, like whatever thing. But since I was born in small family, small village, so mostly I was raised in pretty old and traditional way.
Okay.
So when I came to US in actually end of 2000, it was a really big change for me. But the good thing that I had pretty good education. That's so thankful to my parents. Even though both of my parents were a farmer, but they both had a really big dream that they wanted to see their children, which is us, including myself, to have a better life. So when I came down here and then meeting some people with new culture from like one of small country come to big country, right, dealing with very open-minded people. I'm not saying that open-minded people is bad.
Right.
This is good. There's always bad and good side in our life. It's depends on us how we deal with it, how we learned it, how we take it. So many good things that we learned. I learned in America, of course. And because some also, if I myself consider it wasn't quite good, then I leave it. But I never try to criticize the culture or criticize the people. Especially when I came down here with this type of American culture, of course, I have to respect and then have to learn some positive things of American culture.
Right.
Like many things I learned about the culture, so it's good.
Okay. All right, so you would say that the culture that you were raised in was very important to follow like the lead of people who are older than you, very much like respect them.
Right.
Would you say that like your grandparents were like a very important part of your family?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Because like what my parents, especially my mother, always taught me that family is always the first,
The most important.
the most important.
Uh-huh.
You know, wherever, how far you go, or like how high you fly, no matter
Mhm.
what, you still have to remember when you came from. You came from the family.
Okay, and would you say that that is representative of most Indonesian culture?
Yes,
So, like,
actually, like representing most Indonesian culture, which is like respecting the family, taking care of the family, always the very first priority out of our own business. Of course, even though we have our own family, example after we marry, we have our own family, but we still have to remember and taking care in other family, like parents especially,
Yeah.
or like helping brother, sister around, like in the closest family if they need some help.
yeah.
So like the good thing, like we always have this type of family reunions. It's the way how to keep the family stay together. Majorly what I say is representing most Indonesian family,
Okay.
Indonesian culture. But Indonesia has so many
Different
places, right? Hundreds,
places,
right?
lots of people.
300
Yeah.
different type of languages, cultures. Like even on myself, with some guys that run here, we are different.
Right.
Probably you can tell, like our character was built by the family where it came from,
Right.
by the environment, by the education we came from. Some guys, they also have good family. They might have a better family than myself, but like I said, I always stay focused and still remember where I came from.
Okay.
Even though I've been in America for that many years, I've been dealing with other different culture, different people, whatever. But I still have to bring my own culture, which is it won't hurt any other culture. So.
Let me see something real quick.
Okay.
What would you say is like the biggest strength of Indonesian culture?
The biggest one?
The best, like the most good thing, like the biggest strength of your culture.
Oh, okay. The biggest strength of most Indonesian culture is togetherness.
Okay.
That's what I believe and try to take the conclusion. Togetherness. Even though even this is the funny thing. Like some cultures, especially actually this is my not my own culture, but like most Japanese culture in the island I came from. There's a word says if I say in that language says mangan ora mangan like kumpul, eat or not eat as long as we stay together.
Eat or no eat, as long as we stay
Right,
together.
no
Okay.
matter. I mean, it says that even though you have a bunch of things in your life, you succeed, you have everything in your life, but you're never together with your family, with the loved one, you're gonna feel nothing.
Right. Okay.
So
So.
those those words become really like really emotional strength for us.
Right.
That's why like from there like, but it really worked pretty well on me, very well.
Do you
So-
have a pencil or,
Yeah, I have
a
pencil.
piece of paper?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
No, no
I just
problem.
want to write that down.
Yeah.
The word. Can you write the word for me?
In my local language or in English?
Just how it would be spelled in English, if you could do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see.
And it's eat or not, as long as we're together.
Right.
Okay.
Means that that's describe how important the togetherness is.
Right. So just like the bonds
The
between
bonds,
people.
right? You know,
And is that like family bonds or community bonds?
in anything,
Anything.
in anything,
Okay.
especially in family or like a group of
So
people,
connectiveness.
a group of people, or
Okay.
like feeling being together
Okay.
as a family, as a team, as one nation,
Right.
together.
Okay. So was the family more important or was the village more important?
Family and village.
Which was more important?
Family.
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 Okay.
Family also first.
Always family. Okay. All right. Let's see. I might have one or two more questions. So, what would you say? I know that here in Louisiana, people like we always respect the people who are older than us, like mother, father,
Right.
grandma, grandpa. They're all very important. But I know in other places, it's not like, especially like grandmother and grandfather, in like other places in America at least, they're not. It's not like as respect. Like there's not as much respect for them.
Right.
Would you say that like the Cajun culture, people like down the bayou and things, would you say that that's kind of similar in the way they deal with family and putting family first and that kind of thing? Or
I guess like what I see from from that it mostly happened in a small village, right?
Right, so
So
there's
basically
not
like
a-
it's kind of pretty similar. The different, like what I said, in a bigger city like like
New
in
Orleans
Indonesia, like in
or
Chicago or some other
right.
places like in Bali, those culture doesn't really work well.
Right.
The
It's
same
very
thing, like if you see probably most major big city like New York, probably or New Orleans, or like Houston, or like
Not
a
as
big
polite.
city. It's not as polite as
Yeah.
some Cajun family,
Right,
the one
right.
that are living in countryside, a
Smaller town, yeah.
small town.
Yeah.
So
That
we
makes
can make conclusion that those like myself, like wherever people around us here that live in a very small village, they really keep the old-fashioned or traditional culture very well. Everything starts from ourselves, start from the family, and then growing for a bigger community.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Mr. C.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. If you have any other questions, let me know.
I will.
Thank you.